What's up, y'all? It's AP. And unfortunately, earlier this week, another young black child, black teenager, was killed senselessly by the hands of police officers. And this time, it was in Ohio. It was in Columbus, Ohio. Ma'Khia Bryant was shot and killed over a senseless incident that led to her untimely death. And this should have never happened. Let's examine this and let's talk about what specifically went wrong in this particular situation. The harshness of, the way she was shot excessively, in my opinion, 4 times, which was very excessively. It's a situation where prayers goes out to the family, and my best wishes goes out to, her mother and everybody in the situation. But there's a lot of different emotions that I have, and I'm pretty sure you have too, once you saw the video and once you saw the things that transpired afterwards. There's been a lot of rumors about things that were being said by police officers. There was a rumor and a video floating around just yesterday or the day before, after this had happened, about a police officer in Columbus shouting out or mumbling under his mouth that Blue Lives Matter in the middle of this young black girl getting killed, getting shot. So that's a particular situation right there. There was an excessive shooting. She did not have to be shot 4 times. That was just, overkill, and, respectfully, in my opinion. But the biggest question that I have, and I think, I've congregated and I've talked to some of the fellas about this, quite a few of us young black men about this topic. Just today I did. And I think we all raised the same question. And that question is, where were the parents and the adults in this situation? I think in the video, you can even see like adults. Ma'Khia was 16 years old. And in the video, I don't want to say this for a fact, but I think you can see adults and parents, or at least adults. I don't know if they were parents, but adults in the video, and you can hear them in the background. And, it was a neighborhood. So there was people on the street standing around watching this whole incident, but the biggest question that I have is where were the adults? This situation between the police officer, and Ma'Khia should have never, ever got this far and got to that point. There should have been I keep saying this, there should have been an adult in a situation to de-escalate this. There should have been an adult there to be like, hold up, y'all gotta chill out. It should have never got to the point to where Ma'Khia had a knife in her hand and got shot, because it looked like on video, let's just call it what it is, she was getting ready to lunge and stab the girl. It should have never got to that point. There should have been a parent there, and there were adults there reading everything in the news and online. There were adults there that they just didn't step in the situation. I even heard, I don't know how true this is, but there were parents there that were getting in the middle of the situation, the fight. And when I say in the middle, I mean they weren't trying to separate them and do everything they could to end it and have it come to a peaceful resolution. They were actually, taunting and rooting on the situation. Full disclosure, I don't know how true that is, but this is from what I've heard. And this is what me and some of the fellas was talking about this morning. And it's just real unfortunate. I mean, I keep saying this, we keep seeing it day after day after day, week after week after week. This argument and fight stemmed from, chores, cleaning up the house. It stemmed from an argument that happened over a messy house and making up beds and things of that nature. And that's straight from CNN. Cleaning up the house, a messy house, it transpired into a police officer shooting and killing Ma'Khia. It's just sad. It's just so unfortunate. Parents, I'm not a parent yet, but I will say this from heavy observation from what I've seen over the years, personal experience, that I have in dealing with, situations where, there's kids involved. I'll just say that. Parents, parents got to do a better job. You know what I'm saying? Us as adults in general have to do a better job with raising children. It all starts in the home. I mean, children should always be taught respect, number one. So as soon as that police officer pulled up on the scene, everything should have been ended. The arguing, the knife, none of that should have been going on. There should have been a respect factor there for that police officer. Like, whoa, okay, this is about to get serious. I could potentially go to jail over this, or worst case scenario, we saw what happened. I could potentially get shot and killed over this whole, situation. There should have been a respect of authority right there. And I think that's one of the things that's prevalent in dealing with the youth right now. And unfortunately, not all youth, but some of the youth that I have seen and that we all see, is that there's a lack of respect. There's not only a lack of respect for authority, meaning teachers and police and things of that nature, but there's a lack of respect for the parents and the guardian in the situation. And if there was a respect factor, everything would have just came to a pause and a halt once that cop got out his car and you saw that he had his hand, on his hip and getting ready to, possibly use his gun. There should have just been a moment of clarity between everybody. Like, whoa, this situation is about to get serious. This situation is not like George Floyd. Let's be clear. This situation is not like Trayvon Martin or many other incidents that we've seen from police. This is a totally different situation, in my opinion, that could have been 1050% prevented. So you have the guardian factor, the respect of adults factor, the parent factor. Where were you? Where were the adults? And the fact that we have the authority figure that we just, young kids, let's just call it for what it is. It's unfortunate. And I got to keep it real with y'all and keep it 100 with y'all and 1,000. I'm going to keep it 1,000 with y'all. But young, some, not all, some youth throughout America, this country, they just don't they just don't respect authority figures, whether that be parents, whether that be guardians, whether that be teachers, or whether that be police. I mean, that's just what it is. Whether good, whether bad, whether indifferent, I'm gonna bring it to y'all live and direct on the spot. Peace.